Now we're going to talk about movies. You went to the movies this week.
Oh.
Which movies did you see this week?
I saw Action Point and Upgrade.
Which one did you like better?
I like Upgrade better, without a doubt. Definitely that movie.
Okay, let's start then with Action Point.
Okay.
What was Action Point about?
Well, Action Point, it was a very bizarre idea. It's loosely based on a real theme park, Action Park, which is located in New Jersey, not too far away from New York City. You and I grew up in New York City. I remember as a kid, when you watch, televisions in the afternoon when a cartoon comes on, during summertime, they would run these advertisements for Action Park. You see all the time. Wasn't sure what it was or where it was, but I would see it all the time. And it wasn't until the recent years when the park got closed and then reopened, and there was a lot more publicity in the media, that I finally understood what Action Park is all about.
Yeah, Action Park is actually pretty infamous because it was... they would make T-shirts that said, "I survived Action Park."
Yes.
Like, some of the rides were insane, and some of them were never even open to the public because you couldn't do it without getting killed. And the other ones would take your skin off like a cheese grater.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. The stuff I've seen on YouTube and read around the internet talks about Action Park in that kind of, not so great light.
Okay, so Action Point is loosely based on Action Park. Who's it starring?
It's a Johnny Knoxville movie. Okay. Basically, they took all of his tricks, all of his, typical stunt work that he would do for Jackass, and just stuck it into a fictional theme park setting. Is kind of how I would put it. I think that's sort of what makes it not as interesting, because most of the time they would just set up scenes or jokes for them to do one of his stunts where he falls or somebody gets punched in the crotch and stuff like that.
The actual Action Park, some of those rides were insane. So making a movie about the creation of those rides and how they really shouldn't have done that probably would have been enough.
Well, when you watch some of the little video interviews or documentaries on YouTube with Action Park, the actual Action Park, the stories that people tell are far more interesting and far funnier than the actual movie. And that's kind of why I have a lot of problems, because I would sit there and expect them to do some crazy stuff, because it's a scripted story. It's not like the old Jackass show where they would just kind of go into the street and they would perform some of these things, and you get the shocking reactions from just normal bypass, people that bypass the
bystanders.
Bystanders. So if you're doing a scripted movie, you can do a lot more. But in the movie, it was just all the typical Jackass stunts that a lot of them you've seen before. Nothing really new. People get slammed real hard. People fall down. People hit their head. Whatever. And I just thought, you don't even have a scene where kind of like in a Blues Brother movie where it's all scripted, it's all set up, and you do some amazing stunt work. Maybe have a car fly over a Ferris wheel or something like that.
Okay.
Fun, really like crazy fun stuff, not really depicted. Part of it you think is because they have no budget to pull that off.
Well, what made you want to see the movie to begin with?
Well, because of the different documentaries and videos I saw on YouTube about Action Park.
Okay.
So the movie just I had a much crazier in my head when I first heard about Johnny Knoxville doing a Action Park type of movie. You think, that'd be pretty fun, that'd be pretty great. It's a scripted movie, so you can do more. And they really didn't do nearly as much. And I also saw his other movie, A Bad Grandpa, a few years ago, and I thought that one was far more entertaining.
I thought Bad Grandpa was hysterical. Okay, so bottom line, you're not going to get any action from Action Park.